I would say there's two reasons I've noticed why men and women cheat. One is a lack of integrity, because really cheating is more lying. You know, if you tell somebody, hey, and you if you have a conversation with somebody that you're in a relationship with, hey, you know, I'm not looking for a committed relationship. I want to be with somebody else periodically, or, you know, I can be emotionally committed to you, but I can't be physically committed. Then that person has a choice. They get a choice in the matter, and so, and it's an honest relationship. And there's trust there because at least you're honest. You can't build trust without honesty. So when a person lacks integrity, they can say something and do something else. But when a person has integrity, it's very hard for them to not be one with their word. So that's one reason why people cheat. They just lack integrity. Second reason I notice is that there's no other framework for relationships a lot of time, meaning that monogamy is not the only relationship that is there. So some people feel pressured into monogamy because they don't know that there are other forms of commitment possible. And so because they don't know any other form, they commit to it, and then they have a secret life, you know, which goes back to integrity. It's hard to, you know, but if you have all of the information about what you can choose in terms of commitment, then I think you'll see less people cheating. And if people are really developed from a young age to have integrity, then you'll see a difference. So I know a lot of my clients or friends of mine, I get on them about integrity. Just tell her the truth. You'll be surprised how many women are okay with not being in a monogamous relationship, just because they know where they stand. You know, so being honest is just, it's huge, and you have a better life and it's less stressful. That's huge. I mean, and I think that acceptance is one of the, you know, things on a checklist that you should ask yourself. Can I accept someone for who they are? Do I accept this person for who they are versus who I want them to be? If you can't definitively say yes, that I do accept this person, you have to really reassess, is this a relationship for you? Because, you know, people show you who they are, and they're going to be that person. To use your example, yes, it happens all the time. Person says, I'm okay with this. There's a drug that the body releases, or chemical that the body releases, called oxytocin. And oxytocin, they call it the bonding hormone because it's released during breastfeeding and during orgasms. And so, and it's released more in higher doses in women than it's released in men. So you'll find that somebody may be okay with friends with benefits kind of relationship, but over time they might change that. And so as long as both parties is honest about where they are or where they are now, because they may feel one way when they first started a relationship, but fast forward ahead, when the oxytocin kicks in, you may say, hey, I want something more. And if he told you or she told you, hey, this is who I am, you can't be mad at that person. You just have to accept that person for who they are or keep on. Yeah, media definitely affects our perception of everything. You know, even you go into a supermarket, you know, you're probably going to buy Kraft cheese and macaroni rather than the no frills version, because you've been trained to give a certain level of value to the thing that you see on television all the time. Even some of our fears and concerns are based off of what we see on television. You know, people who are in a relationship might be concerned about their significant other cheating on them because they just saw a movie about a husband that cheated on his wife, you know, or vice versa. So media definitely feeds our mind perceptions that we carry into our real life. So I caution, you know, all the viewers and my clients to always be mindful of this, and sometimes take a TV break, you know, or don't watch certain shows. I actually, a good friend of mine is the producer behind a creator of Love and Hip Hop. You know, we go back. She actually produced my film. And, you know, I don't like Love and Hip Hop because of I love hip hop, and I'm from the hip hop generation, and I love love, you know, and I love relationships, and I don't like the message that it puts out there. And so for my own mind, I don't watch it. And, you know, I know that it's a successful show, and there are some people who live in that world. But I do think that you should monitor what you let in the holes in your head, you know. So it will help you to perceive life the way you want to perceive it and not the way you've been trained by media. Some of the things that you should look for in somebody that you want to marry is loyalty, forgiveness, patience, and honesty. You know, those are great qualities that you can. And oh, number one is integrity. Somebody who's true to themselves and can be true with you. I think those there are others, but those would be the top ones. The most important aspect is communication and problem solving. If you have good communication and the ability to solve problems, you'll be able to face anything that happens in your relationship, whether good or bad. When a relationship fails, it usually meant they went through a rough patch. They didn't have good communication. They couldn't solve that problem. Thus, the relationship eventually, you know, faded. It's very rare two people can solve problems, get good communication, and the relationship not turn out successful. You know, so those would be the two things that I would say are the most important aspects of a relationship.
Thank you for watching A Wise Way. Subscribe to stay updated, share to pass the knowledge, or view our other videos on the left.